So hello everyone. Hope everything is good for you guys and girls. Here situation is more or less the same. It's safe. Hello Mazami. See a lot of people commenting already. And yes, let me check if Facebook is working as well. We always have to double check that both channels are working. I see you guys on YouTube. Yeah. So Jonathan, good afternoon. Virginia, Metalhead Maniac. Hi, Randy. Hello. So, just say how are you guys? How is it going in your countries? And let me double check if everything is working here on our Facebook page as well. I might need to mute myself probably because I always have like a lot of feedbacks. And yeah, here the situation is more or less the same. Let's say that this it's stable right now. Hello, Fanny's. Hello, Happy. Hello. Yeah. And we have some little bit new cases here and there in the north, but it's not absolutely not as before. We are still going around with masks, and we are trying to respect as much as possible the social distancing. I know that this week, there were a lot of concerns about this, and I see also some artists starting a campaign in which they invite people to wear the masks and try to, respect this social distancing. In the end, guys, this is what we have right now until we're going to have like a massive, amount of vaccines. And it is actually the only way, the only way that we have to try to fight this virus right now until we will have a vaccine and maybe we'll go back to some kind of normality. That's what we know. That's what we can do. So I, as well, like the other guys, invite you to try to respect these new rules. I know it's a pain in the ass, but we have to make our part to try to go back to normality as soon as possible and finally go back on tour, which is the thing that we miss the most. All right. So hello from Malaysia. How is it in Malaysia? Hello from Argentina, Ohio, USA, Mexico. Hey. So there's a lot of people. Today we have two incredible guests. Ciao Lucas from Germany. We have two incredible guests, and I'm very happy to because one of them is like a legendary guitar player. It's gonna be super interesting to talk with him. So get ready, make all the questions you want. We're gonna be more than pleased to answer to your questions. And the other one is a very talented frontman from a Canadian band, Unleash the Archers, who were like on tour when this lockdown started all over the world, so they had to interrupt their tour. So it's going to be super interesting to hear what happened. And ciao Matteo from Arezzo. Hi. Lima, Peru. How is it in Peru?
Oh.
All right, so we are ready? Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure that today we're going to have Timo Tolkki. Hey, Timo. How are you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Awesome. Nice to hear. So, how's it going for you with this pandemic?
Well, it's funny because I actually live in Mexico.
You're in Mexico?
Yes, in Monterrey. But I guess, but I came to Finland like about 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
I have a family and daughter here, so.
Okay, so you came back to Mexico now?
I will go back to Mexico in 1 week.
Oh, okay, super cool. So just so you are in Mexico right now?
No, I'm in
You're in Finland.
Yes, I'm in Finland. Yes.
You're in Finland now. Yeah, and
Yes.
you go back to Monterrey.
Yes.
And you usually live in Monterrey, or you moved to Mexico completely?
I moved to Monterrey 3.5 months ago.
Ah, okay. So brand new thing, brand new experience.
Well, I've been there. I mean, with Stratovarius, we've done like 7 tours in Latin America, so nothing is new.
Yeah,
you know.
But living there, my uncle lives there. He lives in Jalapa.
Okay, Jalapa.
Jalapa.
They say Jalapa.
So now you are learning, or maybe you already know Spanish. Do you speak Spanish?
I know only bad things that Jensen has taught me.
Yeah.
But I'm learning, of course. You got to learn, because these guys don't speak so much. I mean, some people speak English, but it's pretty not that much actually.
Mm-hmm. How is the situation in Mexico compared to Finland? You can make you can make a balance out of it, I guess.
Well, Monterrey is different than other Mexico because it's very American.
Okay.
So I mean, I can honestly say, when you go to the center of Monterrey, you would never believe that there is a virus.
Okay.
Yes, so nobody really gives a rat's ass about this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you take Uber and you gotta wear the mask, but most people, I mean, the Mexican president AMLO, they call him AMLO, it comes from the four initials. He's changing opinions like socks, this guy. So one day he says, stay in the house. The next week, go and hug your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And how is in Finland right now instead?
Finland is free. We are safe.
Completely.
We have almost no cases anymore.
Mm-hmm. No more cases.
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's pretty safe. Yeah. Also, our area was we were lucky because Italy was a mess at the very beginning, after China, almost immediately after China. Yeah, but more in the north, and our area is still safe. And now we have a little bit of new things moving, but again, it's because I think that most of people has this perception that the thing is over, but actually it's not over at all. And so that's this. So
nobody really knows what's going to happen. That's it. I mean,
yeah. So I just want to say sorry because I said front man, but it's a front woman. Yes, Brittney. Sorry about that. All right. So Gus says, Timo Tolkki, Brazil love you. He just said that they did 7 tours in Latin America.
Yes.
Do you have good memories? I think classic and power metal there is big thing.
Well, I can say honestly that I love Brazil too. I mean, I can tell a funny story because the first time we went to Brazil was '97 with Visions album. Okay, so we are like a bunch of Scandinavians. We knew nothing about anything in there. So we go to Recife. Mm-hmm. where we're supposed to have a festival. So we go to this beautiful beach, amazing hotel, and we are supposed to go on at 1 a.m. But they didn't have even stage. So we go there and we hear hammering, like, what the fuck is happening? So they're building a stage. And so we go to the hotel and wait there, and a tour manager comes and says, look guys, we don't know what time we go on to the stage. So then there was Andre Matos, who sadly passed away a year ago, the singer, Brazilian singer. He said, this is normal, Timo. 7 hours is nothing.
7 hours.
7 hours. So one of the most cherished memories of my career is we ended up being on stage 4 a.m, and I'm playing Will the Sun Rise, when the sun actually rises from the horizon.
Wow.
Yes.
That was epic.
It was super epic. And also Recife has a lot of sharks, Mm-hmm. So me and Jensen Kotipelto, we go swimming, and just swim because it's our first time there. It's very warm water. We're like, oh, it's so cool. So we come to the shore and we see hazardous swimming sharks. We're like, what Incredible. The fuck? Nobody told us anything.
Yeah.
Because most of the attacks happen in the shallow water. They come like down. So we were like, what the fuck? I mean, but okay, that's Will the Sunrise is really, and then we could see the Latin American audience, how it really was, like 3,000, 4,000, 6,000 people singing our lyrics. We were like completely dumbfounded,
Yeah, absolutely. When was that? When was your first?
97.
So, okay. So
23 years ago.
Yeah, so I would say that you were brave to go there back in the days. I mean, like, we've been there 2 times, and we waited a lot of time because it was apparently a little bit complicated to bring us there, and we loved it. Both times it was like incredible. We've been to Mexico more times. Like Central America, we played Costa Rica, we played a lot of places, but yeah, South America is a big deal. I loved it, absolutely, and Brazil is incredible. But like, like I guess that playing in front of 4,000 or 5,000 people that know all the lyrics, it was like incredible for you guys.
I still remember the show in Sao Paulo in Via Funchal. It was 6,500 people. So
wow,
we are like playing, and I absolutely feel the energy from the crowd. It's so concrete. So because these guys are louder than the PA, so
yeah, absolutely.
Our sound guy is just, what can I do? I mean, these guys are louder than the PA, So what we learned very quickly that how much they love us there, and Stratovarius is still one of the biggest bands in the whole Latin America.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows me there. I go on the streets in Mexico, in Monterrey, and people know me.
That's a great thing.
You think so?
I think so, yeah. I mean, like, it's a recognition of a legendary musician,
Well, the thing is, I'm actually a pretty normal guy, and many people have certain theories about me that I'm crazy or whatever, but I am not crazy. I'm a very normal guy. I'm very honest. I'm very sensitive. I love music. I love songs. I love songwriting. So, but if somebody wants to talk to me, I'm there,
Let me say something. I think that now, being a normal guy means that being a special guy. So I think, you know what I mean? I mean, like, in a world in which everything is about appearance. When, as you said, you are very honest, very very pure in your soul, and the way you do the things. It's so this I absolutely respect this approach, and I think that you should be proud to be recognized by the people, because when you deliver something, artistically speaking, so important, and then it becomes people's property, and even your image and everything. So I'm happy for you, because it's a great thing. I think if it happens, I know it can be a little bit weird, yes, especially if you are very humble, very down to earth. Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, in this business, people basically project a lot of things to you. So they want to see me as God, maestro, whatever, But I can honestly say I have never considered myself as a guitar hero. It's not what I do, but I know how to play because I played guitar 45 years. And when you say proud, I mean, proud is something for me that has something to do with ego. Okay.
Well, no,
and I am 54 now, and I've lived, long enough to understand that I am a humble guy. But of course, the ego is there, so I gotta be careful.
Okay, yeah, but I just wanted to make it a little bit simpler.
Well, yeah, you can try.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's when I said proud, I think that you should be, yes, like happy that people know you.
I'm flattered.
Flattered, yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Proud is to me like, no.
Okay. Sorry. Like, it's absolutely. I agree. Okay.
But even better than flattered is happy.
Happy, yes, that's what I said.
Yes.
Are you happy?
Yes.
That you have like all these people, supporting you.
I'm honored.
Honored.
Yes, I'm honored. Because I have never done music to the fans. Really. I mean, the way I write songs, I write them to myself. And if somebody likes my music, I am honored about this,
Yeah, a lot of people loves your music, man. So.
Yeah, well, that I know.
Awesome. Listen, and how this pandemic thing, change your plans? Did you have like specific plans before all this happened?
Yes, I did, because they booked me gigs in Mexico in February. And so I go to Mexico City and everything is canceled, except one, Monterrey. But I stay in Mexico City about 3 weeks. I give guitar lessons, do what I can, and then I go to Monterrey. And also that show was canceled. So I was stuck in there, But I know some people there, so I stayed with a friend. And, slowly and surely, I could see that I actually love the city very much, because I had been there 3 times before. And I did not remember that this city is surrounded by mountains completely.
I know. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes, and then I found this house, which is like 140 square meters. The rent is 350 euros a month.
Very cheap.
In Finland, my friend, this house is 2,500 euros a month.
Yeah, I know, it's a different thing. Yeah,
and the living costs are 50% of the Europe. So 3 liters of Coke is 70 cents.
Yeah, it's
You take an Uber, it's 4 euros.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's cheaper, and in right now, especially for music, it's important to live in a place in which you feel comfortable financially. Let's say so.
Well, of course, I've lived all my life in Finland, but I'm not, in that sense, I'm not Finnish, because I consider myself as a world citizen. So. Yeah. My roots are in Finland. My family is there, and it will always be there. I will always go back, when I can, like now. But I hate Finnish winter.
Yeah,
I absolutely hate that, because my record is minus 42.
Yeah, where you live in Finland? In Helsinki or north there?
I don't live anywhere anymore except in Monterrey.
Okay. So,
but I'm from Helsinki, but now I'm in a city called Turku.
Turku, you are.
Turku is like 100 kilometers from Helsinki.
Okay, all right. And so your life, like even just for the weather, is gonna change completely. Your next winter is gonna be super. I don't know how is Monterrey in the winter, but for sure it's not gonna be like Finland at all. Absolutely. No. I don't know, because sometimes we have this perception that like Latin America, it's all the time like warm weather. Actually. I've been there for Christmas time, and we've been to Veracruz first, and then, but when we were in Mexico City was okay. Depends of the altitude, depends.
Yes.
But yeah.
Mexico City is like, I think 3 kilometers from the world of the sea level.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, remember. Yeah, it's a little bit higher. Yeah, but it was absolutely, warmer than Italy.
Well, I know that in July, Monterrey is the hottest month in July, and that can be like plus 45.
So it's gonna be plus 45 for you in a week when you go back there.
I think so. Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So this is a very good friend of mine from Japan. He said that, do you have memories from Japan, from tours or shows that you have like?
Yes. I love Japan. I haven't been there. Last time was 2006, but I have a tour there in March. So, tour. I have 2 gigs, one in Tokyo, one in Osaka, and we are celebrating 20 years of the album Infinity.
Infinity, yeah.
But there's going to be like Michael Vesquera, who was with Ingrid Malmsteen, and Vitaly Kupriv in keyboards. And I mean, I've been all over Japan like 10 times. I've been to Sapporo, Fukuoka, Sendai, Osaka, everywhere, So, and I really like the culture, because these guys come from the ancient culture, okay? Yes. So they have a thing called Bushido. And Bushido is an honor code of samurais. And I try to live my life according to this Bushido code, but it is difficult,
Yeah, of course.
It's very difficult. In this modern world, it's so difficult. But if you stick to these principles, plus you add your own thing to the soup, I think you can really survive very well, you know.
Mhm.
But I mean, once I was in Tokyo with my daughters called Nina Maria. Actually, Nina Maria is my daughter. It's like Italian name. So we are in
absolutely Italian.
yes. So we are in Tokyo. I'm like in 31st floor in the hotel, and suddenly I wake up and the whole room is swaying like this. I'm like, what's happening? And so it was an earthquake, you know. So I look down to the street, and the cars go normally. People just walk normally because these guys have springs under the buildings, so they just sway, you know, because they are used to this as much as you can be, you know.
We are used to this as well, but unfortunately here is a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
Because there are, with the area in which we live, it's pretty famous for earthquakes. So it's fucked up here. Just a few years ago, we had a very bad one. So it's like a little bit rumbles here and there in some like villages in the mountains. But we're used to that. Every 20 years here, as it comes back. So Masami said, I watched your concert many times. And here was this guy was asking if this is a music show or a talk show. It's more like a friendly chat with legends. We had a lot of musicians. We just started this because we changed our plans. You know, we were about to go on tour in the United States, and then there was the virus outbreak, and we had to invent something. We had to change our strategy somehow, and that's what we did. What did you do in this during the pandemic? What did you do? Like I've seen you playing shows. You said tonight you're gonna play a show, like acoustic show.
Yes.
That's
well, I did what I always do: music. I compose songs. So I've done two albums worth of music. You know, I am signed to this wonderful label called Frontiers.
They're Italians.
You could say this, yes.
Yeah, they're super nice. They have like a lot of good music. They produce a lot of good music.
I could say a lot of things about them that they are not super nice, but I'm not going to say it.
What's sorry, man?
But I could say a lot of things how they are not super nice, but I'm not going to say it.
Okay, all right.
I am doing Avalon 4.
Okay.
I did 3 Avalons so far. Last was Return to Eden in about a year ago. So now I composed the whole album, and we are in the process.
Brand new album.
Yes, brand new album. And I have a new band called Infinite Visions.
Yeah.
And also those songs are ready. So we are doing a demo and we are shopping a deal.
Ah, okay, super cool.
Yes.
Yeah. And Infinite Visions is going to be more like Stratovarius style, or no?
It is completely Stratovarius style.
It is or not?
It is. It's completely Stratovarius. Yes.
Awesome.
I mean, it's my music, so my music is Stratovarius. I mean, I wrote 99% of the songs, so you know.
Yeah, but maybe I just was guessing if you were like exploring some stuff or changing a little bit.
I don't explore anything. I mean, no, I never do anything like. I don't try to do anything. I just write songs,
So it's like, you go with your flow, and your flow is 100% Stratovarius.
No, my flow is Tolkki.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I've always done the same thing. I mean, I always write songs about what's happening to me in my life and in the world around me. So, and my memories, every time I start, every time I write songs, I start out with the song title. Okay. So I have a list of titles and I see what interests me, or I wake up and I have a title in my head.
Okay.
And most of the songs I write very fast.
Okay.
About 15 to 20 minutes it takes.
Wow.
Yes. For example, maybe the biggest hit of Stratovarius, Black Diamond. I wrote in 5 minutes.
No, it's not true. It's impossible.
True. No, it's not. It's absolutely possible in my case because I am a channel, so I receive complete songs. Many classical composers, Beethoven, they were like this. They got whole compositions at once and they just wrote them down.
Yeah, you are like, you are just receiving this from somewhere else.
I think there must be like some universal bank of songs, and I received them. And then I just put them through my filter, and they become Black Diamond. Season of Change, I wrote in 10 minutes. Wow. Whole Visions album, and this is what Jörg Michael, Stratovarius drummer, he told me the other day, because we had a podcast like this. He told me that after the episode tour, I told the guys, now I'm going to start writing a new album. In 1.5 days, the Visions album was composed.
Wow.
So the whole Visions album.
That's absolutely impressive. I mean, like if you hear the music, it's impressive,
Well, I don't want to brag about this, but it's a fact.
Yeah. And what do you do if you finish writing an album in one day? What do you do all the rest of the time?
Well, then I do demos. And I give the guys the demos. Then we do a band demo.
Okay.
And then we go to the studio to record the final album. So it's a process.
It's a longer process, of course, but the songwriting process for me is way longer. So I guess that it's
Well,
and
it's always been like this with me. So,
like this guy is asking this question, but I think that you already told. I've seen news. I don't know if it's it's like you are you want to talk about this, but whatever. I mean, like, say, Timo, if you were invited, would you go back to Stratovarius? I read the news that you were announcing something like a reunion tour.
No, I never did that. I mean, people are always telling this. I have never said this. And we are still friends. We are good friends. And they have their own way. I have my own way. Yeah. There is a reason why we separated, because we reached a peak with Elements albums. And so we just, because since there was Episode, Visions, Destiny, Infinity, and Elements. Everything was bigger and bigger. Tours, everything. And then when you reach the top, where can you go? Nowhere. Okay? So then we did this, we called Black Album. It was very different. And then we could see, I wrote the songs for the new Stratovarius album, and we tried to record it, and it didn't work.
Okay. So you were not happy about it.
We faced the fire, and we had the guts to say, okay, we go separate ways. So I gave them the rights to the name, and all these things. But there is, and they know this. I told their manager is Jörg Michael, their ex-drummer. Yeah. I told to Jörg and Kotipelto and everybody that if they would like, and I would really like to do this, to have a one show somewhere in 3 to 4 years, record it in a Blu-ray and a CD, because there is still no Stratovarius DVD with me, with the so-called classic lineup,
That would be great. And
I think
once you do something like that, what about doing a tour?
I would do it, but it's up to them.
Okay.
Because I told them what I think, so I don't want to press them. If they want to do it, they will come back to me.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's the right way to do it.
I can use this opportunity to say that there will never be a reunion.
Okay. So it's not going to be a reunion. It's going to be like a celebration tour. Yeah. A gig.
My friend, life goes forwards, not backwards.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
But yeah, it's. I think it would be great for the fans. I mean, like it's.
Yes,
I think it's over 10 years that you separated. 2008.
Yes, exactly. So I would like to do it like the Halloween did. So 2 lineups.
Absolutely.
The current one and the so-called classic one. One show.
Beautiful. That would be great. I also know Ralph very well. The new drummer is super talented.
Yes.
Nice guy. Nice guy.
Yes. They're all nice.
Yeah, they're super nice.
Yes.
And with this, what about the tours? So wait, this is. I'm gonna ask him later. I was about to ask you, what about the tours? Are you gonna, like, you are already planning about these tours next year? Can you announce something? Say us.
Well,
tell us something.
Avalon. Avalon 4 will come out hopefully in November. Infinite Visions we're planning for March, April, and the tour should start in May. And it's going to be a world tour. So May, I guess, in Europe, festivals, South America in the fall, and from there then everywhere. So it's going to be a long tour.
Okay. So it's going to be like a world tour. You go back to America as well?
Well, we've been there only once.
Okay.
2006. So that was interesting.
Did you like it? Did you like it?
Well, yes. I mean, I could tell a funny story. We were in Saskatoon in Canada, having a day off, and there's nothing there. There's a factory and a supermarket. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm in this hotel and I look out and I see nothing but desert. And I go to the supermarket to buy myself a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So I find this nice gray shirt with animal in front, and I put it on. And next day we go to Los Angeles. So I'm in Sunset Strip with this shirt, and everybody's laughing to me. So I'm like, what's happening? So it's a John Deere shirt. It's a tractor shirt.
Okay, yeah.
It's all what rednecks wear. So they were like laughing their asses off,
I mean, like you didn't know.
To me, it was like a cool shirt.
Yeah, that says a lot about the perspective that everyone has, Sometimes.
Well, because it was for me the first time, and everybody's like, "Hey, brother," and I'm like,
okay.
"I'm not your brother. My brother is in Finland."
Yeah, I know. This guy was where they were asking about funny stories. I think this is pretty funny one.
There are a lot of funny stories. One of the funny stories is when Jens Johansson, the keyboard player, he blew up a toilet in Budapest.
He blew up a toilet
with the pyrotechnics. So he had like a couple of explosives. So he put them to and there is actually a DVD called Infinite Visions. It's in YouTube as well, so everybody can watch this.
Yeah.
So he flushed it down to the toilet and connected the wires, and the whole fucking toilet blew up.
Fucking way. So you were pretty rock and roll back in the days, right?
He was.
You are way calmer than me.
I was never like this guy. I mean, now he's calm because he's older and he's a father. But he had a saw, gas horn, and a hand puppet.
Okay.
And every backstage, he was sawing a piece of wood. So he ended up like 50 pieces of wood from around the world tour.
Incredible.
Yes.
Awesome. And also this guy, hello from Colombia, Stratovarius is awesome. Yeah. This guy, I totally understand how one can compose like that. Yeah, the way he composes is incredible. This guy said, Timo, can you talk a bit about Andre Matos? I wanted to ask you, that tour that you were talking about, it was with Angra? It was like...
Oh, that was like a Stratovarius tour, but we did a tour with Angra for Destiny.
Destiny?
Yes.
Okay. So it was just there to meet you?
Yeah, it was like 6 weeks in Europe.
Okay. And this guy says that if you have like some memories about Andre Matos.
I have a lot of memories. I mean, we had a band called Symphonia with Andre.
Symphonia?
And because he moved next to Finland, he moved to Sweden. Okay, so I got in touch with him and I invited to Helsinki to my home, and I said, maybe we can have something together. So because this guy was so intelligent, super intelligent, he was so intelligent, and so we decided to form this band together. So we wrote some songs. I wrote the songs, and we rented like a cabin in Sweden up in the mountains, which there was even not an internet there. So we spent 3 weeks there to record albums.
Mm-hmm.
Vocals. So, and it's funny because it was like we started 1st of January 2009 or 10, I don't remember now. And so I took my Pro Tools, my mic, and I make like a vocal booth for the guy. And there was a big glass wall where I could see deers, rabbits, all kinds of animals, because it was winter. So he comes to the studio, and he starts singing Fields of Avalon. I'm like, this is Lemmy. It's not Andre Matos. I'm like, Andre, what happens? So he got drunk last night because it was New Year's Eve. And these Brazilians, brasileiros, as they say, they have a habit of jumping in the water 7 times in New Year's Eve. So he did the same, but in ice water. Okay, so he got sick. So his throat was fucked, and so we had to go to get cortisone shots for his throat. Yeah, and then he could sing. And then this guy at that time he did not do his homework, so he had no lyrics. So all the song titles are mine. It's called In Paradisum, the album, and so we started Fields of Avalon. He writes the lyrics. He shows them to me because I produced the album. So he's like, "Are they good?" I'm like, "Yes, they are very good. Let's do it." And almost all the vocals in that album are one take.
Wow.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah, it was incredible. It was incredible.
Yeah, he was. But then, his end was not. It was very bad because I was like doing a live interview and the guy just said to me, "Andre is dead." So he got me there. I fucking cried like 2 days, buckets. So, and I did not know what happened, but now I know everything. But I don't want to comment about that because I want to remember this guy as he was. Intelligent, sensitive, bright, excellent musician, excellent vocalist, excellent frontman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Awesome. It's a very bad thing, and when I heard this, it was a shock for me as well, even if I never met him in person. But one of the first albums I ever heard, it was Angel's Cry. So
yes. What a great
meant
album.
a lot of. It was incredible.
Yeah. And absolutely. I'm in touch with. Kiko Loureiro lives in Helsinki, the guitar player.
Mm-hmm. He lives
in Helsinki. He plays in Megadeth.
Yeah, I know. We did an interview, like a podcast like this with Rafael, the other guitar player from.
I'm also in touch with Rafael all the time, but I met Kiko like a week ago.
Okay, he has a new album coming out.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, he's super talented.
This guy is a world-class guitar player, man. That guy is amazing.
Yeah. I know, and there's a lot of appreciation for the band, the Symphonia. So,
yeah, I mean, I still think it's a very good album, because we put a lot of effort, a lot of money. We did a lot of interviews, but it didn't take off, and I still don't know why. But sometimes it doesn't work.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's world is totally unpredictable nowadays. So it's.
Well, for me, good song is a good song.
Yeah.
For me,
absolutely.
I'm not the one. But I cannot say that my song is good for others. I can say it only that it's good for me. And also, I would like to say that whatever I say in interviews, whatever I say in the press, whatever I say in my Facebook, it is my opinion only. And it is not to be taken as a literary truth. Okay?
Oh, yeah, of course, yes.
I am not God. I'm not Maestro. I'm Timo. That's it,
Yeah. I mean, like, of course, sometimes it's, as I said, it's totally unpredictable. Like, it happened to us, even, you have a band and you are investing a lot in a song because you believe that it's the best song you ever wrote. And then, the one that the fans dig the most is completely another one, and it changed your directions completely. So it can happen with bands as well. So
I have been doing over 3,000 shows in 52 countries, so I've been around.
Yeah, I know. So it's how it works very well, and sometimes it's super. It's a bummer that it's not working as you think, but in the end, there's always a positive side, So
I always say the caravan goes on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Forever.
So there was another one, another question that there was about the classical composers that, because in your style there's a lot of classical influences. What are the classical composers that you like the most?
Absolutely the biggest is Ludwig van Beethoven.
Beethoven is the most
for me it is, because I've seen only one of his symphonies live, and that was like, I could see that this guy not only wrote music, he wrote it to the fucking orchestra, because the whole orchestra was alive. It's like a sea, waving sea, you know. I could see the live movement.
Yeah.
So he must have been writing visually too, you know. And my theory is that because they say he went deaf in the end, you know.
Yeah.
But how can you write Ninth Symphony if you're deaf? Okay. How can you write 100-piece choir, 50-piece orchestra? I mean, it's not possible. So my theory is that this guy was so intelligent, he was in touch with the universe, and the universe gave him songs, complete songs. So he got tired of what I call idiots.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're deaf, the idiots don't come to you because you don't hear them.
Yeah. So it's yeah.
It's my theory.
Okay. And this one was like, how was your the first approach with your instrument? You know, when you started, you know, back in the days. It's like 45 years ago, you said?
More than that. I was 5, and I was like, my cousin had a black acoustic guitar, and he played Beatles, and so I went to his room, and there was this guitar, and I was alone in there. As I'm looking at this, what is that? It looks interesting.
Yeah.
So I took the plectrum, and I did this. I put like the strings. I memorized the notes. Din, 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 din. And then 2 years after, I got a guitar as a Christmas present.
Wow.
A nylon string, normal nylon string guitar. And I could tune it by ear because I remembered those notes.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I went to the guitar school in my school, and I learned a couple of songs. And my father was playing always Beatles, ABBA, Uriah Heep, Purple, all this kind of. So I was very young, and music was always playing in my home.
Wow.
Although both my parents were completely unmusical.
Okay, yeah, but they were always playing songs all the time. Yeah.
Always surrounded by music. So my theory is that you don't inherit this gift. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. I don't think it's in the genes. I think this is my life philosophy, is that we are born here with a mission that we choose before we are born. Okay?
Okay.
And we choose this, what I call with the universe. So everybody here has this. And if you want to know why you are here, I think I tell you a story, if I can.
Yeah, okay? Of course, yeah. Up to you.
So there's a guy in a house with the car keys in his hand.
Okay.
He drops the keys, and at the same time there's a power cut, so it's completely dark. Mm-hmm. So he starts looking at the keys from the floor, and of course he cannot find them because it's pitch black.
Yeah.
So then he sees the street lights out. So he goes out to the street and starts looking for the keys outside. And then a neighbor comes and says, "Can I help you with something?" "Yeah, I lost my car keys." So they look for the keys outside. And then after 30 minutes, the neighbor says, "Sorry, but where did you lose the keys?" He says, "They're inside."
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we are. We are looking solutions to the problems outside. Well, all the answers are inside.
Oh, wow. It's very profound. That is a beautiful story.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And also, what was your first band? I'm trying to, because there's a shitload of questions that I didn't mention. So, I'm just trying to please the people. What was your first band?
My first band was called Roadblock.
Okay, it was
in '82.
Okay, and what genre was it?
That was like a little bit like a Rainbow type of music.
Okay.
Yeah, because Rainbow is still one of the biggest bands for me. Richie Blackmore is the reason why I play guitar.
Okay, so that is why, like, one of the main influence.
Yes, definitely. I can still play every solo of Blackmore, note to note. Because, I can tell you this. When I was 16, I dedicated 10 years of my life. I played guitar 8 hours every day for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
10 years.
It's a lot.
I woke up in the morning, I took the guitar and I played along the Rainbow records, Deep Purple records, Van Halen records, Ozzy Osbourne records, Gary Moore records, Aldi Meola records. And then, so that's how I learned my chops.
Okay. All right. So these are, he already answered to the next question. It was like, what are the musicians that inspired you? I guess this like
they saw them. I mean, and the guitar players, it's Blackmore, of course, Yngwie Malmsteen. I mean, and I gotta say about Yngwie, because people think he's an asshole, but to me, he was never like that. He was very nice to me every time I met him. I have nothing bad to say about the guy. To me, he's the best neoclassical player of all time. Gary Moore is a huge influence. Randy Rhoads, all these guys. And
I love all of them.
Oh man, I mean, what can you say?
All right, so it's already like 6:48, bro. No, okay. I know you have to go. You have a show tonight.
Yes.
Before you leave, I just wanted to ask you a couple of things. The first one is that did you check the flyer? Did you see the little design, the caricature that we made for you?
I saw it. Yes.
Let me make a little promo, because we have to support all these new artists that are working and helping us doing this. So Abby Ryle, she's the author of that caricature. She's helping us every week with all the guests, and she also designed the logo and everything. So if you want to support her, guys and girls, just go to patreon.com/happystabbyart, or just drop her a message, and she's gonna be like more than pleased to make a caricature or design for you all. She's super nice and a very easy girl, so absolutely go for it. And now we have to leave. We have to say goodbye. No, well, I mean, you have a show. You have a show tonight, so
yes, I have a show. But I just want to tell everybody that take it easy. Everybody has to think what they want to do in this situation with the virus. Because before I go, I'm just saying, as my worldview, this is a small reminder from the nature. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think we have over 8 billion people in this planet, and we can have maximum 2. So if you really look at the statistics, I think about 600,000 people died of the COVID. Okay, There's about 10 million cases. Half of them recovered, but the press doesn't write about this. The press writes no positive things about this thing, and that is wrong, because people are scared. I'm not saying that it's not real. It is fucking real. People die.
Yeah.
But you got to think and think and think and think. What is it up to you? What do you have to do? Because I choose not to stay at home. I protect myself, but I don't stay at home. I refuse to isolate, because we human beings are not made to isolate. We are made to create. We are made to express. We are meant to unite.
Yeah. The only thing that, it's just, going out responsibly. That's the only thing that we can do right now. You can wear a mask, you can, stay away like 1 or 2 meters, stuff like that. I mean,
if you have a proper mask, you don't have to stay away from 2 meters.
Yeah, but right now, for example, in Italy, like the type of masks that we have are just, not for COVID. I mean, they're not, the good ones are very expensive, or they are not easy to find, because the majority of them are destined to the medical care, hospitals.
In this moment, my friend, there is a battle between good and evil in the world. Okay?
Yeah.
Because there are certain forces that take advantage of the situation, and I know who they are. But I don't want to go there, because I don't want to get killed. So I just want to say we get through to this if we stay together.
Yeah. We have to, try. As I said at the very beginning, we have to try to be smart and act responsibly.
Exactly.
And that's it. So, yeah,
we have to try to be kind. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Positive optimistic.
Yes. Stay positive, stay kind, do what you have to do. That's all I have to say. Thank you for everything.
All right. So thank you very much for being with us. You are a legend. And I know you, I don't want to make you proud, but at least I want to make you happy. I love your work with Stratovarius. I love the feedback from the people in this podcast. And thank you very much. I really hope to meet you on tour and share the stage sometime soon.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Timo. All right. So now we go on with this incredible front woman from the Canadian band Unleash the Archers. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brittney.
Hello.
Hello, Brittney. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm very good. I had a very nice and interesting chat with one of my legends.
Is
Timo.
he a big influence for you?
Is it a big influence? I mean, like our band. I think it's like our band is a mix of genres, and absolutely power metal, neoclassical metal is a big part of the style that we have. We just made it our own way, but there's a lot of this of their music in our music, and so I'm very happy that we could do this, and I'm very happy to have you as well. And it was a pretty rough beginning of the year for you, right? It started very, because I know because we share management, and I knew with some kind of anticipation what it was about to happen. And when I heard that you were, when you had to go back, how many gigs did you play of the tour?
We got.
Before going back home.
We got six shows done, and we had 10 more. It was just kind of like a quick. We were doing like a little half jaunt through the U.S. So there was only I think 16 shows, and then we were doing 2 headliner shows. So we got one of the headliner shows done, and I think 6 in total, and then just woke up in Minneapolis and everything had gone to shit. So that was
you're from Canada. You
yes.
all guys, you all live in Canada?
Yes, we all
Where?
There's 3 of us are in Vancouver on the West Coast, which is like just above Seattle. And then Andrew lives in Victoria, which is a sort of smaller city off the coast of off the West Coast. Pretty big. Vancouver Island, we call it. So.
Okay, so more or less all in the same area. Yeah, pretty
close. It only takes them about 3 hours.
For you.
Yes, yeah. I just finished my coffee, so I'm feeling good now.
If I were to wake you up this early.
No,
I don't know what time is that there now? It's 10 maybe, almost?
Yeah, it's just about 10 a.m. Yeah, so this is usually around when I would be stirring and hanging out in my bed with my cell phone. So
we have very good friends from Vancouver. It's a very extreme and technical bands called Archspire.
Yeah, love those guys. Yeah,
they're super nice. And Toby was in one of the episodes of the podcast also, so it's super nice. We love Vancouver. Every time we play there, we played mostly the Rickshaw Theater, which is not in the best area of Vancouver, but it's super nice. And we really can't wait to go back to play in Canada. We love playing in Canada.
Yeah, it's great. It's a really good scene. People here are really supportive and just happy to be here, and we've got some pretty beautiful cities. So we're really lucky, and we love the Archspire boys too.
What's the situation there now with the virus? So America is exploding. Yeah, it's very bad, and sorry, with all the guys and girls in America, we went through something like that at the very beginning, but there is massive now. very bad.
Yeah.
So how is it in Canada?
We closed the borders, so no Americans are allowed in.
Okay.
They can't drive in except if it's what we call essential or whatever. So like couriers can come through, and some like shipments of goods, truck drivers, that kind of thing. But that's it. And so we've managed to keep it pretty under wraps here on the West Coast. The East Coast is still having a bit of a hard time because it really all started with the spring break that happened there. So in Quebec, spring break is 1 week before everyone else's. So they were all traveling. So when it all hit, many people were abroad and, in Europe and, in China, everywhere. And so when they came home, they brought the virus with them. So they've been having a hard time keeping it under wraps over there. But the West Coast is doing really well. I think Vancouver had like an outbreak in a strip club a couple weeks ago, but that's about it.
Really?
Yeah,
well, that's pretty epic.
Yeah, I know. It's just kind of like, okay, if that's how they take care of themselves during a pandemic, I hate to see what they're what it's like when it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, there's like can't go to Canada. No. I think actually right now you can Americans are not allowed to go anywhere, more or less. Like as much as we were not allowed to go. That's why we didn't leave from Italy.
Right.
Like we were about to go on tour, and like 3 days before we were about to go to Mexico, this quarantine rules for Italians started, and then we were actually forbidden from the very beginning. So we just had to postpone and then move the tour. But you played 6 shows. You should be happy. At least the 6 you made it.
No, we managed to, because we had a lot invested in it, of course. So the 6 shows definitely helped. But we came home severely in debt. And at first I was just kind of like, okay, we can do this. I was like, we'll take all of our money out of PayPal and we'll take all of our money out of Indie Merch. And I was like, and I think I even covered one of the bills with my own money at one point. And then I was just like, okay, we can do this. And then eventually just got to the point where I was like, okay, we can't. and then everyone was kind of doing all this COVID relief stuff. And so we had 200 VIP posters that we didn't use because we didn't get to do most of the shows. And so I was just like, hey guys, if you donate to our PayPal, I'll send you this poster. And the outpouring of support from our fans was absolutely massive. And awesome. I was spending every night signing these posters. Well, not signing them. They were signed already, but putting little messages to everyone and thanking them for donating and stuff. And really seriously, without our fans, we would not have made it. We would probably still be in debt right now. So it really it really made me realize how amazing our fans are and how lucky we are. And I just cannot wait to get back on the road so we can thank everybody in person.
I know. That's what happened more or less to us. We had severe loss, but then we reprojected somehow the whole thing, and we started this podcast. We started creating content for fans, and I will link. I will never be enough thankful for all the support that we receive from all these people, and I always invite people to support other bands through the merchandise, through this kind of stuff, because in the end I felt I had the weight on my back, and I know how it feels to have this huge invoices with many zeros to pay. So it's let's use this. Do you have a merch store or something that you wanna promote? This is your commercial time. So
yeah, no, we have all of our stuff up on indiemerchstore.com, which is in the States. So they do ship around the world, but I know shipping fees can get pretty intense. So we've got all of our pre-order stuff up on napalmrecords.com or whatever right now as well. So Indie Merch Store goes directly to us though, as opposed to Napalm Records, who pays you like once a year. But I'm not saying don't go there. They have stuff that we don't have. So yeah, Indie Merch Store is a good place to go. And we're streaming on Twitch as well.
Okay.
Like you said, you kind of have to like find new avenues and ways to reach out and hang out with your fans because you can't get on the road. So we're both Andrew and myself are on Twitch if you guys want to come hang out.
Okay.
It's really
so Twitch works. I've never I see a lot of musicians starting this Twitch channels. Many I thought it was more for gamers or stuff like that.
It is, yeah. But there's also like this music sort of side of things that's really growing.
Yeah.
So
do you perform on Twitch or what would you do?
I game. I play video games just because I like gaming. So
Okay.
and I don't really have time to do it. So this is like me saying, okay, so I'm going to have this time to hang out with my fans and friends, and I'm going to get to play some video games, which I usually don't allow myself the time to do. So I'm like, I'm getting 2 birds in 1 stone. But Andrew, he like composes music. So he'll sit there and it'll probably take him about 3 days to do 1 song. And then he'll send it out to everyone, all of his subscribers afterwards. So
Wow.
It's really cool.
That's
yeah,
nice.
It's neat to watch him work. So
you're
he's also
already writing new stuff on Twitch.
No, he's writing for a solo project called Sleeper Ship, which is on Spotify. And it's like kind of rock, like butt rock infused synthwave.
Okay.
I don't know. It's really good. It's really catchy stuff. So, but no, we are definitely holding off on writing for a little bit here. We just, I think, had enough of that for a minute.
Said that she fails to find seashells on Twitch.
The what?
Yeah, I don't know. She fails to find seashells on Twitch. It's amazing.
I don't
Did you
understand.
find seashells?
Seashells?
Maybe it was another seashells. Maybe is that another Brittney? Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I'm Brittney Slayes UTA and Andrew is Andrew Kingsley UTA. So you should find. I don't know. But Dean from Archspire is actually. I think he's live right now. He might be
they're
on there right now. And he just straight up like plays music. He'll play like the Archspire set, or he'll go through like some of his favorite songs.
He said Zelda reference. Sorry.
Oh, seashells. Yeah.
Sorry, maybe it was my English. I don't know. I apologize. I don't know anything about all this, and I have no clue. So I'm sorry. No,
it's fine.
I'm analogic. Feel.
I was playing Link's Awakening, and in that you have to find these seashells in order to like level up your sword, and I didn't find them all. I was missing 2 at the end of the game, and I was like, I'm not going through the whole thing just to find 2 seashells. So no, it was who was that said that?
It's Neil. I don't know. Yeah, Neil.
Neil, get out of here.
True. So something like that. It's on our Facebook. That's why.
I'm looking at the Facebook one.
Hi,
Neil,
Neil.
get on YouTube.
All right. So there's like many questions about the new music because we are not, but you are about to release an album and you released a single. So there's a lot of people asking about this, but now we have this like gaming moment. So I will focus on this for a bit. So Brittney, what are your favorite games you played when you were younger? I don't know if it's a cool thing to say to a girl that you were younger sometime in the past, but
No, absolutely. I don't mind at all because when I was little, we had a Nintendo, of course. And then so we started with like Duck Hunt and all the usual ones. And then we upgraded to a Super Nintendo. And I loved Mario Kart and Mario World and all that, of course. And then the N64 was actually given to my brother for his birthday. And I was like, what the heck? Like, and so it was always in his room. So I would break into his room and play Mario 64. That was like my favorite Mario, like the Mario game, like regular one. And I would break in there and I'd like steal the CDs. So I'd put on like Tool or Pantera or White Zombie or like Incubus back before they were Radio Rock. And I would play and then he'd come home and kick me out. So that was probably my like favorite memory from when I was younger, playing that. And of course, Mario Kart 64, amazing. Like best Mario Kart ever. Tell me I'm wrong. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't I didn't game too much in like my high school years. I was big into playing sports and I was doing choir and theater and like a whole bunch of after school stuff. So I didn't really have too much time to game. But then in university, I got back into it and I love Dead Space is really good. One of my favorites for sure. And of course, The Witcher, those have been really cool. Haven't had too much time lately, but I just finished.
What's the nice thing? That I have no clue about anything you said so far. So you're just talking, and it was like, yeah, that one was super cool, and that the other one was awesome, and it was like, yeah, absolutely, yeah. But I have no idea. I mean, like, honestly, I have no idea. I'm very curious about everything in life, and so sometimes I just ask people to tell me what they like, what they do, and they come up with all these things, and you discover that this thing that can be an hobby, it's like it's a part of your life, like a big thing that you. So it's also
for sure.
Mortal Kombat. That I know. I remember Mortal Kombat.
Yes. I loved Mortal Kombat. So good. And GoldenEye. Yes, of course. Both amazing. Loved GoldenEye. Good times.
Okay. Mikel Fururia says, I keep wondering what the duet between Brittney and Stu Block would be like. They could cover like 100% of vocal range and technique for just sing anything on earth. So I think it's a big compliment.
Oh, thank you. I love Stu. He's amazing. He's so talented.
Wow.
Yeah, incredible and very inspiring. Like so good. I'm gonna be honest. When Iced Earth parted ways with Matt, I was a little nervous because Matt is like one of my favorite vocalists ever. But then when I found out that they were getting Stu, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this could be good. And then the first album that they put out was like brilliant, start to finish, perfect. And I was just like, oh my God, I don't even know what I was worried about. Like, obviously, Stu.
When I've seen him performing on the 70 tons, there was that thing with I don't remember if it was with another Canadian Waters, playing with Waters or something.
Jeff Waters?
Like Jeff Waters from Annihilator is doing this thing which invites people from other bands, and they do covers. And they did Painkiller.
Oh, nice.
Chris, and it was like, wow. It was like, shit, this is it's the next level. It was so tight. Incredible. Yeah, and so energetic. I loved him. And it was like, it was a good memory. And I think he is a very great singer. Yeah.
Wait, speaking of 70,000 tons, I saw both your sets on the boat in January 2019. Fantastic. But a friend of mine wanted me to tell you that your last set, I think, was too loud for someone on edibles. Just FYI.
Okay. We try our best to kill you every time. It's the mission.
Yeah, no, it was awesome though, man. You guys absolutely killed it. I do just want to address this one question. This poor Car Kamal 88 has asked this like 50,000 times. I'm not sure what he means by this.
What was like to release your first single? This one?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it means. Like which first single? Like the first single for the new album, or like the first single ever? I
guess the new album. You just released the video, right? Like
yeah, last
2
month.
weeks ago was like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And how was the feedback? Maybe he was asking how was the feedback, more or less, something like that.
I mean, it's been pretty good. A lot of people that are like stoked to hear more because of it. Some people that are kind of like, I don't know. I like Apex, the album that came before. That was one thing that we were a little bit worried about was we have a lot of people that love that record, that like absolutely love Apex. And so they're all kind of very wary of this new record, and they're wondering where we're going with it. And so when we released the first single, we were just kind of like, hopefully everyone thinks it's okay, and don't dismiss it just because it's not like Apex. So we actually chose Abyss as the first single because it's similar to Apex, but the rest of the album is really quite different. So for those of you that wrote it off because of that, give it a chance. And for those of you that are really excited because of that, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So not too.
Anyway, I was wrong because he just said that it was the first single ever. So it's
okay.
First single ever. What?
Well, shit. I don't know. Nobody knew who we were, so we released the first single, and it was like, 2 views on YouTube.
At least you got 2. We didn't have not even 2. It was like nice.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like what the fuck? What's this noise?
Yeah.
So my mother. It's my music. It was like, is that music? Yeah.
Turn it off. I was actually I was reading your Wikipedia page earlier, and you guys started the same year that we started, and you put out your first album the same year that we did. So we're kind of like on the same trajectory.
At the beginning, it was a fucking mess.
Oh yeah,
but,
for sure.
Then we thought it was like, oh wow, we fucking fixed it. And then after 10 years, I was like, shit, it's another mess. I was like, okay, it's like, yeah. And my mother was like, oh, what's wrong with this singer? I was like, I am the singer. It was like, so what's wrong with you then? I was like, it's like nothing is wrong with me, ma. But
thanks for the support, mother.
It's the Italian story, I mean, like, yeah. But now she's very proud, even if she still thinks that I'm not 100% like.
Well, she should be. She should be.
Some clockworks didn't work well, maybe, but yeah.
Your last record was perfection, like beginning to end. I can listen to that record nonstop, never skip a track. It's perfect. So I think you finally figured it out.
Thank you. I would send you like 200 euros then. Now, after this, like I owe you something for this promo. It's like what's. But you cannot buy anything with euros though, so it's totally pointless. Like this Abby's asking. Abby, she's the girl that made the caricatures. Yes. What is your favorite Camelot album?
What's it called? The one right before Black Halo, I think. The one before that. I can't remember. I only remember the I'm so bad with record like names. I only remember the because I stream everything. I'm a horrible person, but I remember what
it's the future.
What the record looks like. So it's like the one where he's
when it's suggestions, it's Epica.
Epica, yes. I believe before. Yeah. Yes, Epica, that's the one.
Epica's super nice.
Yes. I love that one. Oh my god! And Roy Khan, his voice is just so dreamy. Great, good stuff.
Do you know we have real Mario Kart here in Tokyo? You can actually ride a kart outside in Tokyo. Unbelievable. Hero, he said. No, we didn't know, but that's awesome. Yeah, incredible.
Oh my God. Okay, we're going to Japan next year, so I'll come and play and do Mario Kart. If this whole thing settles down. America, wear your damn masks. We need to tour.
Yeah, no, but it's not America now. It's always going back, Now we are like, even South America is a fucking disaster. And
Brazil. Oh no. Seriously, it's not good. Pio, stay home.
Yeah, we have to try to respect as much as possible these restrictions. Otherwise, it's gonna last forever. Will Unleash the Archers ever have a full-time bass player?
No.
They don't need it. They like to be for people.
I do. I mean, we do. We work really well together. And the four of us have known each other for, I don't even know. It's probably close to 15 or so years. Andrew and Grant played in a band together. And then Scott and I started Unleash the Archer. So we used to play in Andrew and Grant's band that they had back in the day. And we toured with them a shitload before we kind of came together in 2013 or whatever it was. So I've just known those boys forever. And of course, Scott is my partner. So we just really work well together. And we just can't seem to find someone that is on the same path as us and is facing the same direction.
It's hard, but it sometimes, it requires time. I mean, sometimes you find people when you don't look for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Something like, I spent half of my time struggling to find the right people. And I think that, I succeeded 50% of time. And the other 50% is just people that came from it was magical thing, something that appears in your life and that you don't know for the weirdest reason, it's a friend of the sister of somebody else, and then
right.
You make a life. It becomes your best friend. It becomes the partner that carries the band together with you forever. So it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think we really do enjoy touring with Nick, who is the bass player that played with us on our last headliner through North America, but also was with us on this Dragon Force run. And we work really well together with him. He's an awesome person to be on the road with. So I think we're pretty set on Nick being our touring bass player, but he's in a few other bands, First Fragment and this band called Clitoris, and he's he basically is a touring musician. That's what he does. So I don't if he wanted to be in the band, we wouldn't say no, but we also understand that he's really super busy and he's got a lot of other things that he's involved with. So we're not going to be oh, you have to be in our band and, we're first priority and blah, 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 and that kind of thing. We're not going to do that to him. So, I mean, he's amazing. And we have finally found someone that loves to tour as much as we do and doesn't mind coming home broke sometimes. So, he's just,
These are another very cool one. Since you said that you're streaming music lately, what have you been listening lately? 5 most listened bands on your Spotify or whatever.
Idle Hands is one. I discovered them last year, but I kind of came back to it just recently. Their latest album, Mana, is really, really good. Chromatica by Lady Gaga, of course. Got that one on repeat. I kind of found this...
I don't know if I like that.
There's some skippers.
I'm a big fan of Lady Gaga. But I don't
definitely
know. It's a little bit weird to me.
Yeah. There's kind of hi Bali. There's kind of some songs that you just I just skip. There's a few that I skip. And then I haven't really listened to a lot of metalcore, not in a really long time, but this band Bury Tomorrow came up in my release radar and they're really heavy and I've been jamming on their new album Cannibal.
Mhm.
Who else? Yeah, that's kind of the big ones right now. I'm still waiting for that record this year that really grabs me, like that I just can't stop listening to. I haven't found it yet. Last year it was Veleno, or I'm not sure how you say that, but last year
Really?
yeah, oh yeah. And so it's just waiting for that new record to I haven't heard it yet. So I was really, really hoping that the new Demons and Wizards album was going to be kind of like my go-to, but it didn't quite grab me like I had hoped it would. I mean, it's a good record, but it's not like the kind of thing that I can listen to over and over again. So still waiting.
All right. And this was about the video, Tonight We Ride. It's like, how did the idea for the video for the song Tonight We Ride came up? Did you have fun making the video?
We
I
sure
think so.
did. Oh, yeah.
I hate making the videos. I always die, or it's something bad happens to me. So I always have to spend like half of the time like.
Maybe
so the last two videos were a nightmare to make. But yeah, it's your question. So sorry.
You mean you don't like being fully submerged in water and trying to play your instrument?
Like stream water, like 3 degrees? No. Do you like to be eaten by your, like soprano singer, like in a state, like in that position for 12 hours? No, I don't like it. But yeah,
no, it's true.
So we have to do it for heart.
Yeah, it's true. They are pretty brutal sometimes. Tonight We Ride was actually a lot of fun. It was it was kind of circumstance, really, how it happened. Well, we had a friend of a friend that was a kind of big time director of music videos down in the States. He's won like Grammy awards and things like that. And he agreed to work with us, and we were just kind of like, oh my God, this is amazing. He's like, but you have to come to me and you have to do me a favor. And so we were like, okay. And he's like, I'm on vacation right now. I'm going to Burning Man, and I go every year, and come to Burning Man, work the site that they do. So like, I don't know if you've ever been to Burning Man or heard about it, but there's this like main drag sort of that is all like interactive camps. So these people put together things that you can go do. So like bouncy castles or like, things that, and you just, they're all kind of like attractions. And so he works the Thunderdome, like straight out of Mad Max. They set up the Thunderdome every time, and you strap in and you fight each other with like foam bats and stuff. And it's pretty funny. So he's like, come work that, because they are always looking for people to work it. Like you have to harness people, and you have to make sure that people don't get hurt and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And so they said, come help us work that. And then afterwards you can use all of our Mad Max gear, and we'll drive you around in the desert and, do whatever. So we did that, and it was like such a rad time, because I just thought that Burning Man was about like getting high on ecstasy and like wearing a pink tutu and sparkles, but it was so cool.
Yeah, no, it's super cool.
Yeah. And so, yeah, afterwards, the whole Death Guild Thunderdome team drove us around, and I think it took about 3 days to film. And it was like the what's it called? A prehistoric lake bed. So it was very dusty. So when we were driving, you couldn't drive super fast. Otherwise you flipping up dust everywhere. And a couple times like a dust storm would roll in. And so you'd have to put on your mask and your goggles and stuff, like really legit Mad Max, and wait for it to pass. And then we'd all kind of shake the sand and stuff out of our hair and keep on going. But it was rad. It was a really good time.
Awesome. And this one was like, can you talk a little bit, what is the right person to join in the band? Like who you are looking for? Something like if you have like something that you requires when you're looking for a member, like.
Just like someone that can handle touring, because not everyone can do it. We had, a couple that would go out on tour and come home and just just be like, okay, I'm done, because it's a grueling thing. And you think it's all just fun and games, but it's really very difficult. And so someone that can handle being out on the road for 6 weeks at a time, living in a bus, very small, no personal space, someone that knows how to take time for themselves when they need to, when they get to that moment, someone that doesn't like get all pent up and then explode at you 2 weeks into the tour because you know what I mean? Like someone that knows how to tour, and someone that doesn't mind being away from home a lot. So like if you have a family, that family needs to be really supportive of what you do, your girlfriend or whatever, wife, that kind of thing, or husband, So you need to have someone at home that's supportive, because if you don't, they're calling and texting you every day, making you feel like crap for being out on the road. And, we had, things like that have happened. And just someone that is not a racist, not ignorant to, the fans, someone that doesn't think that the fans are there to like worship them, because like just fuck off right there with that.
No big heads,
no egos, none of that stuff. It's just, so it's like really difficult to find someone that is easygoing like us and loves being on the road like us and is willing to drop everything when you have an opportunity, or is willing to go through crazy shit for a music video. Like, we've had moments where it's like, no, I don't want to do that. And it's just kind of like, well, everyone else is on board. Like, it's going to be really cool. Like, come on. And so, it's just, there's a lot of things. It's hard. That's why it's not.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And we are like almost running out of time. So I want to ask you like at least other 2-3 questions from the fans. And then I will make you another question that I have here. And I'm not an interviewer. I have no idea how to do a podcast or something like that. But in the end,
I think you're doing pretty good. I saw some of your other videos.
This is the 14th episode of this thing, and
wow,
it's unbelievable. I don't even know how it happened. But thank you very much for supporting us and watching us. Anyway, this one was cool. What are your 2 favorite records ever? I thought it was cool because it's like 2. Usually it's like, give me your top 5 or the best record. But this one is like very specific, the first 2.
Okay. Well, I don't know. That's really hard to just pick 2. Probably Brave New World by Iron Maiden, I think, maybe.
It's a cool one.
Yeah.
Comeback album.
Yeah, exactly, right? There was a lot of energy in there, and they were trying new things, and Bruce, just the man. So, oh wow, that's hard. I'm trying to think of like the records that I come back to, like always, and it's just maybe I'll say Fire Up the Blades by 3 Inches of Blood. That record was perfect, really, and that was like what skyrocketed them into stardom. So that one, I don't know, I could name a million. This is too hard.
Let me answer too. Metalhead Maniac. I thought he was coming up with these questions off the top of his head. Man, actually, it's what happens. Like I always write something, I try to prepare a little bit. And in the end, I always fuck up and go wild. Absolutely, it's totally like a horse, and it's like, let's try. And it works sometimes it doesn't work. But it is what it is. Yeah, Iron Man, a lot of people loving Iron Man. And this question goes for both of you. What do you like the most about giving concerts? Energy.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Connecting with the audience.
Yeah. It's like the best moment. I mean, like you work hard to make it, to write an album, record an album, make the videos, like all these things, which are like, I wouldn't say that it's boring. It is the creative stage is always super cool, but in the end, it's not comparable to the moment in which you step on the fucking stage, you have your mic in front of you, and the magic happens, you know?
Yeah.
At that moment is unbelievable. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
All that other stuff, like, yeah, the writing part is like your creative outlet, and you need that. But all of that.
I mean, I like it, but
yeah,
it's not comparable.
It's all for those moments on stage, regardless of how many you may have. If your set is 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour and a half, everything that we do is for that. Those few moments when we get to, you know, be with you guys out there. And I think that the best thing ever is when I look out into the audience and I make eye contact. So don't you look away from me. And you sing our lyrics back at us. That's just like the greatest thing on the planet. So yeah, for sure. Absolutely agree with Francesco on that one.
Could we expect a UTA and FLESHGOD tour? Hopefully. Yeah, maybe. Why not? Whenever we will be able to go back on tour, you know?
Right.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, like I'm crossing my fingers, but, you know, every day the thing is changing, the schedule is changing. So yeah, the thing that I wanted to ask, and it's going to be the last question because it's already like 7:34 and we are running out of time. And sorry, Ferro, and sorry, Mike, that are directing the shows, and I'm always late. I apologize. The last question, I always ask to everybody that did it, all the bands that did it, how does it feel to release an album in a moment like this? What's your expectations, and what's the, you know, how you feel about it?
Well, it's certainly been interesting. I mean, we were really lucky that we got into the studio in January before all of this kind of hit Europe and North America. So I can't imagine what it would have been like if we had to postpone that or, you know, work around it or do something other than what was in the plan, because that would have really irked me. But it's going to be very strange to release the record and not hit the road right away. I mean, it's just going to be like August 21st. Yeah, big day. Woo. Let's go sit on the couch and watch Netflix. You know, like it's just going to be kind of I don't know, anticlimactic, maybe, hopefully not. We're going to try and do a lot of fun stuff, streaming live shows and that kind of thing, and do as much hanging out with everyone on Twitch and do some YouTube videos and things like that. So like we're going to try and get out there in whatever way we can. But on the other hand, it's also, I'm really interested to see how it does, because everyone is in lockdown. And right now, what are we doing? We're ingesting media. We're consuming music on an incredible scale, and movies and TV shows and, you know, YouTube creators and Twitch. I've never been on Twitch before in my life. And then lockdown happened and I was like, holy shit, this is like the best thing on the planet. And so it's really going to be interesting to see if things like listens go up, or if more people are buying the record because, you know, they're just sitting around. So, you know, it's kind of both ways. It's really crappy, but also I'm really interested to see if it's going to affect things in a major way. So yeah, it's going to be, interesting.
We are turning especially creative people are turning this disaster into opportunity.
Yeah.
It's not easy at all. You have to change completely your point of view, as much as we did. I mean, like, again, I'm a very analogic guy. Being here today is one of the farthest thing I ever, you know, thought of, you know, I ever thought for myself. I mean, like, yeah, I was a musician. I wanted to go on tour. I wanted to be on stage. You know, I'm used to the people, to have a contact with people. But this is a totally different story.
It really is.
That's for me at least. We also are planning to do live a concert, like a live streaming concert. So we are announcing this like in the next few weeks. So I think it's going to be interesting. But I want to always ask to especially the bands that are releasing the music now, how they feel about this, because I wouldn't say that it's like a formula that you have to do like album tour, stuff like this. But this is the cycle that makes the band live. I mean, like, so it's, sometimes you just hear people say, yeah, we fucked up, we couldn't stop the production and we have to release it. Yeah. And some other times you say, yeah, maybe we have to see this in a different perspective, and maybe this, which is a disaster like worldwide for the music industry, can become an opportunity, especially for bands that have their, weight on the internet, that are somehow, followed on the internet. And so all the best. Good luck with the new album.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Good luck with your podcast. Maybe you'll keep doing this forever.
We are, yes, we are. Yeah, I think we have to go. It's like, we are late. I've seen a lot of people asking very interesting questions for you. Maybe we will find a way to make another chat, like on our Instagram or something like that. I will write about it. If you like, we can do it in a separate way in a different moment.
I'm going to be streaming on Twitch in about an hour-ish. I got to go eat some food. So if you guys want to move over to Twitch and ask me there, that's
promo. Yeah. All right. So you can see you can watch on Twitch Brittney in about an hour. So we let her go, and I want to say goodbye to everybody. I have the list of the things I have to say every time we close the episode. So thank you for watching. Tag yourself, tag Saturday Night Lockdown, so we can repost and reshare your screenshots or whatever. Thank you, Timo Tolkki, for being such a nice guy. Thank you very much for being such a nice front woman. I've been correct. Thank you, Mike from Nuclear Blast, for sharing this to the Nuclear channel. Thank you, Ferro, who is directing the show. We are, preparing the next episode. We will announce the next guest next week. If you like the show and you want to support us, remember to go on our shop, which is shop.fleshgodapocalypse.com. You will find a shitload of things there. You can buy and support us as much as you can. Thank you very much. Remember to wear the mask, to stay away from each other, respect as much as possible the social distancing. And be kind, be happy, be positive. And don't forget to rock and roll. So see you next week. Thank you, Brittney. Thank you.
Thanks.
Say hi to all the guys in Unleash the Archers, and see you next week. Have a great rest of the Saturday. Ciao, everyone.